Hello, my name is Victoria James, and I prepared this presentation for those folks who want to buy a home, who want to build wealth through real estate, who have watched previous generations build wealth through real estate, but feel like that isn't possible in this market. Rates are up, and so are home prices. Heck, in many markets, it's cheaper to rent, maybe even much cheaper. I want to talk you through some really eye-opening data, and at the end, I'm going to pose a very important question to you. Let's dive in. I know many of you are waiting for rates to go down and/or home prices to go down and/or to close the gap between mortgage payments and rent payments. Firstly, do you realize when you pay rent, that is comparable to paying 100% interest? None of the money you pay monthly is going towards principal or towards owning anything. You've watched the generations before you cash out on owning real estate and maybe feeling like you've missed your chance to do so. I'm going to show you why that isn't true. Looking at the timelines of the previous generations who hit pay dirt in real estate, you'll see that from roughly 1960 to 1980, the rate of home ownership increased. People were buying homes. During that same time period, you'll see that rates were doing nothing but going up. You'll also see during that period of time, it cost more to buy than to rent. In fact, for almost 40 years, until the real estate crash of 2008, it always cost more to have a mortgage than to pay rent. What else was going on in that time period? The prices of homes were going up. So to conclude, home prices were going up, rates were going up, it was cheaper to rent, and yet these folks that precede your generation were buying homes. The rate of home ownership increased despite these factors. Again, you watch them kill it by owning real estate, whether it was selling a home after 30 years for a huge windfall or systematically selling and buying homes over the years using the gains of the previous home to move up and move on. Let's digress for a moment to just Colorado data, since the majority of you seeing this are in Colorado. Something I hear a lot is that home values are ridiculous. People think they're going to go down, some buy a little, some think they'll tank. Two polarized schools of thought on that are: one, I don't want to buy now at these prices, and then the house is worth a lot less in X amount of time. The other being, I'm going to wait to buy because prices are going to go down. Okay, are they? Here's a history of home prices just in Colorado. You'll see that with the exception of the 2008 crash, home prices in Colorado have literally done nothing but go up. Let's look at the crash, shall we? I want you to see side by side how different markets reacted to the crash. Previous slides have shown you averages for the entire country. If you look at Colorado's reaction to the most catastrophic event to ever happen to U.S. real estate, you'll see that Colorado was pretty darn flat. The entire nation, including Colorado, is reacting to the spike in interest rates. Are we seeing prices and values slow down in their appreciation rate right now? Yes. Are we seeing some price reductions and concessions from sellers right now? Yes, some. Will we go back to higher prices, bidding wars, appraisal gaps, inspection waivers, etc. when rates go down? Yes, 100% we will. Now is the time to take advantage of Colorado's version of a dip in the real estate market. I almost forgot to ask you that very important question that I told you I would. There's been a lot of data and numbers thrown at you today, but the most important factor in deciding to buy a home is this: what would it mean to you? What would it mean to you to buy your first home? What would it mean to you to buy your next home? That is the reason you should buy a home. No one can tell you why to buy a home, but hopefully I've illustrated for you when to buy a home, and I do believe that is now. Guys, I've been in this business since 1995, and I bought my first home in 1999. I was living at home rent-free, and I bought anyway. 100% payment shock. For 3 decades, I've been on the real estate and mortgage rate roller coaster. As a mortgage professional, yes, but also as a homeowner, through the crash and the pandemic. I've made mistakes, and I've had amazing windfalls. I'm here to help you through this process and be an advisor for you. To sum up what we've learned today, the concept of waiting for rates to drop in order to buy real estate, the concept of your mortgage payment having to be lower, the same, or even just a little higher than rent in order to buy real estate. The concept of waiting for home prices to drop or even crash. These are not sustainable or historically proven concepts, and I'm truly afraid you're going to miss the boat if you don't act now. We've been talking about the next 3 years, but I truly believe that rates will drop before then and we'll see a buying frenzy before then. Let's talk about your situation so you can stop paying 100% interest and begin your wealth building generation.